You find yourself in a tavern, surrounded by creatures of all races. Orcs, goblins, humans, elves, when suddenly an angry-looking dwarf stands up and makes his way to your table. Roll initiative.
What are you doing?
What's it look like I'm doing?
Looks like you're sitting in the dark wearing a cape talking to yourself.
Yeah, well, so?
You look like a crazy person.
You're standing at the door filming yourself, talking to me, pretending that you're not me, but you are me and I'm also you. People in glass houses shouldn't throw stones.
Yeah, fair point. How are you doing?
Yeah, it's been a long morning.
I think I need a coffee. Hello, welcome to Food Review UK. My name is Stuart. Now, it's no secret that myself and a lot of the other guys at Food Review UK are big fans of Dungeons and Dragons. In fact, you can find a load of Food Review UK alumni on the Dice and Desire award-winning actual play Dungeons and Dragons podcast, Dice and Desire. You may notice there, Mr. Mosey, just over my shoulder, a character from the award-winning actual play Dungeons and Dragons podcast, Dice and Desire. As well as loving Dungeons and Dragons, I also love coffee. And imagine my excitement when a coffee brand that combined those two loves appeared in my social media feed. I'm talking about Have Inspiration Coffee, a coffee brand which has coffee blends inspired by Dungeons and Dragons. I have with me two of their coffee blends. I have a coffee blend called Haste. You may notice the incredible artwork. The artwork on this was actually done by a Food Review UK alumni, by Sam Patrick. And I also have Beacon of Hope with artwork by Sam. They do two more coffees in this range as well. There's one called Dragon's Breath and one called Animate Dead. And I have had both of those before, both really good coffees with the fantastic artwork by the wonderful Sam Patrick. Don't tell him that I said he was wonderful. I like to pretend I don't like him. These coffees were sent to us for review by the people at Have Inspiration. If you'd like to try Have Inspiration coffee, use the code FRUC10 at haveinspiration.co.uk to get 10% off your order. So, I'm going to make myself an espresso with this Haste coffee and then let you know how it is. I'm back, espresso in hand. I got this espresso machine for Christmas. It's brilliant. Makes coffee fantastically. You can't see this because I'm not going to tip it up. But no, you can see it. Look at that. Oh, I did spill it. Oh, what a giant idiot of a man. I was trying to show you the crema. That lovely foam that you get on top of an espresso. It's fantastic. And we get a great crema on this Haste coffee from Have Inspiration. Now, this is 100% Arabica. It is Colombian, and on the bag it tells me to expect a taste of sweet chocolate. Let's have a go. It's a lovely smell. It's rich. It's roasty. Now, this coffee says it's a strength 3. I don't know what they go up to. Now, one of the things that I found I have been getting to like more in coffee is an acidity and like a kind of fruitiness. I used to think that I just like kind of dark coffee, but the more I've got into drinking espressos and drinking different coffees, I really appreciate that acidity. And the instant taste that I get from this coffee is a lovely acidity. There's a kind of raisiny fruitiness in there, and there is a slight dark chocolatiness. This might sound odd, but a slight leatheriness to it, which is not unpleasant. That was a nice espresso. It would be madness. It would be madness for me to now make another espresso. We should not be doing back-to-back espresso shots, but I'm going to do that for you. Luckily, the next coffee that I've got to drink is a decaf coffee. I don't usually tend to drink decaf coffee, so I might have to bring in an expert for the taste test on this one. let's go make another espresso. While I'm making the coffee, do me a favour, go and pop a little like on this video, sub if you're not already subbed, and let us know in the comments down below what's your favourite way of making coffee. I'm back with more coffee, and I've also got a guest reviewer. You may remember Theo from the Haribo Snup video on Food Review UK.
This guy loves spaghetti, so do you know what those special guys are called? Put the comments down below if you think we're a chef or a baker.
Theo is now a giant. He's taller than me. Look, there is a height differential. And Theo, as well as liking Dungeons and Dragons, also likes coffee. Because I'm not a terrible dad, I don't allow him to drink caffeinated coffee, which is why he is here to help me review Beacon of Hope, because he is a decaf coffee connoisseur. Cheers.
Cheers.
Now, what does it smell of?
Coffee.
As for that, let's have a little taste. I haven't had this one before. Hashtag honesty, I've had the haste before. I haven't tried the Beacon of Hope. Now, I'm not a decaf coffee drinker, but I always expect decaf coffee to taste hollow. I don't. Does that even make any sense?
No.
Like hollow, like it's had its essence, its soul removed from it. But I have to say, that does taste the coffee. It's still got that slight sourness.
It's got a bit of a fruity taste.
It has got a fruity taste. If you had to say, if you had to name 3 fruits that this tasted like, what fruits would you go for?
Well, it's kind of got a bit of a zing to it, so I'd say maybe like a bit of lemon, lime, or orange. It's got kind of a bit of a zing.
That was 3. I mean, that was 3
yeah.
fruits. You're saying lemon, lime, and orange. Do you not want to?
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's right.
Like a can of Quattro from the 1980s. Do you remember the 1980s?
No.
All right. That is a very, very palatable decaf espresso. And it's kind of insane to drink a decaf espresso because usually you have an espresso to perk yourself up, but that tastes really nice. Now, Theo's mum, for example, doesn't like to drink caffeine after about 2 o'clock in the afternoon because she can't sleep. This will be perfect for a person who cannot tolerate caffeine in the PM, or for a small boy, or for someone who's just trying to moderate their caffeine intake. These are just some of the uses for a decaffeinated coffee. How many stars would you give the Have Inspiration? What do you think of the artwork on that, by the way?
Very good.
Do you know who drew that?
Let me guess, is it Sam Patrick?
Sam Patrick, yeah. How many stars would you give to Beacon of Hope decaffeinated coffee from Have Inspiration?
Probably 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10.
We don't rate out of 10 on Food Review UK. You know that we go from a -3 to 6.
Wait. Then a 6.
6 stars. Yeah. Wow. I would say that, I mean, I'm not really... That's almost certainly the best decaf coffee that I have ever had. I'm not really cut out to rate a decaf coffee, but for me, I would say that's 4 stars. It's a really nice cup of coffee. The haste has got a bit more for me. I mean, it's got a caffeine punch, and we need that caffeine punch. Look at the bags under these eyes. This is a man that needs caffeine. It is very, very tiresome being a parent to a Goliath. I'm going to give the haste 5 stars. Great cup of coffee. Thank you very much for watching. You can find me on the award-winning Dungeons & Dragons actual play podcast, Dice and Desire. Where can they find you?
On Tory UK on YouTube.
And also hanging around the bins behind Greg's Bakery looking for thrown away vegan sausage rolls, because we don't feed him. We just give him decaf coffee. And that is good parenting. Bye!
You must be mad, mate!